And you're going straight for the vessels that are holding her, correct? Or are you going straight for her person?
I'm going for her.
Okay. Interesting. All right.
I am, at this moment, right, based on the information I have, and you can feel free to correct it, trying to attack any of these vessels is going to cause external problems.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's very reminiscent, I would say, truthfully, of what happened at Aries' house. Very reminiscent of that.
And in that case, the best thing that we did for Aerie then was to give her some energy for her to fight for herself from the inside. Correct. So I'm going to take that approach here.
Okay. All right. Your spear, where are you hitting her?
Like right in the heart.
All right. Spear goes right through. She doesn't make any noise. But Astani and Diodora, you both feel again that pulse of electric energy. Not quite pleasant, not quite unpleasant either. Different.
When I do so, and this is the thing that I'm aiming for, do I get a response from her? How far does the spear travel to find her?
Why don't you make a spirit check?
Okay. And Rory didn't feel this?
Feels like whispers of it if your shadow is still connected with Rory's. You would feel not quite as big of a electricity burst through. It feels like a tickle to you. I think the shadows are largely kind of buffering a lot of the initial feel, but you do feel, I think, a tickle, I would say, Rory, if that connection is still being held.
Well, I mean, if you mean like on the spiritual level, yes, I'm trying to.
Sure.
So I'm throwing an inspiration dice in there just in case. Okay. This is a 23 in spirit.
Okay. Nicely done. Much like your experience with Aerie, you can see Kara is clinging to what life she has. But instead of a mark being burned into her skin, these blood vessels have largely, very similar to the analogy you gave of a tick or a leech, ingratiated themselves, merged with portions of her body. So much so that you can actually see not only her blood vessels interwoven with this whatever's blood vessels, but the spirit is also. It's much like a main artery being siphoned through versus giving blood to that portion of the body, that extension instead. And you feel her. But what's different from her and Aerie still had the ability to speak. Kara does not. When she appears before you, it's like the skin has grown over her mouth. And you can see portions, much like in the fight with Starcrest, of bone sticking out. She is not bouncing between hot and cold. She is frozen, much like a deer, knowing it's being hunted, knowing it's caught. There's no sound. Instead, you feel heavy presence. And it's been a while since you felt something like this before. Theodora, you're feeling etchings of this through the connection. You're getting whispers of this. Something old, In fact, the last time you had any kind of experience with this was months ago on a farm.
The Crystal, the girl who was like comatose, basically, right?
Mm-hmm. And then down in the Unitel. Not in the fight with Belsarion, no. In the small study space, the giant eye. And I think another memory also forms. Theodora, this one is a bit more distinct, I would say, for you, just because you were the one seeing everything up close of you and Aurea reaching through the fabrics of the veil and the shift weave towards each other after shortly leaving Felk.
Mm-hmm.
And a giant presence eating stars.
Teeth in the darkness, yeah.
That presence is much like what almost happened to Theodora, is disintegrating this soul into nothing. It's different than the artwork, I say in parentheses, that now is within Theodora's bag of the tapestry of a soul. No, this is a live seed that is being actively used.
Hero, can you understand me? And if you can, try to nod.
Eyes in this moment. And I think, Astani, you're probably awake at this point. That second jolt waking you. The first one you were too exhausted, I think, and this one is like alarm clock that went off. And you're seeing the scene of Theodora giving shift weave over to Rory, and Rory stabbing Kara through the chest with this massive spear. Her eyes are wide, unfocused. I know there's a... So Kali is being a little bit of a nuisance in the background a little bit today.
Probably what wakes her up.
Mm-hmm. Yips.
And also for flavor, all of the features on Rory that are normally indigo in color are now like a pearlescent white.
Kara's kind of looks almost like spirit is pouring out of her, but back into her. As you can see, Astani clearly, whatever is being poured into Kara, immediately you can see it almost like a river being siphoned through the blood vessels to wherever they are around the chamber, pumping like a heart. And her eyes, after a moment, do meet yours, Rory. But there's confusion. There's... Can you make a wisdom savings throw?
Sure. That is an 18.
It is a cacophony of sound, of language, both written, spoken, and the memory of which comes slamming into your brain. Some of which you understand, a lot of it you don't. And the voices are all different. There's not one unified voice that is peering through, whether it be this creature or Kara. No, this is a chorus. And each has something to say. In Felkian, The one that speaks the loudest to you is again that deep presence. Just staring from the shadows of wherever this thing is. A single question pops into your brain amongst the cacophony of noise and words and symbols. Why? And you feel it through this connection with Kara, almost like it's slithering to try and to get into the recesses of your brain. Deodora, you can feel the sensations too. Much like an octopus kind of moving in a fisherman's grasp. This thing is searching for a way not to get out, but a way to get in. A way to find all of the secrets and knowledge that is within your brains. Your very souls. Laid out like parchment. What do you do?
As it's trying to find its way into my, like, worm its way into the brain,
Mm-hmm.
and it's using Kara as a channel to do that.
Yes. You're able to hold a defense, right? You've prepped for this kind of thing before. Blackstone has defenses in place, and Deodora, you're the one that's not immediately in trouble. It's through this connection. So it really, truthfully, Blackstone is your firewall.
So funny that like Kara responded to me, like, to saying that I could understand, right?
Mm-hmm. They're using her voice to connect with you, but whatever's speaking is not Kara's thoughts that we're able to push through.
Am I able to find Kara in the middle of all of this?
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay.
Or no, insight check would be better.
Okay. Well, I have a modifier of 5 on insight. The total is 25.
Okay. How do you pick a person's voice and soul out of a cluster?
For me, as a person who's experimented with this, there is a way that not just a person's voice, but also their soul has like a particular signature to it. And most of that is perceived as a color,
Sure,
of some kind. So
color, scent, sound, all of that. Yes.
Right. And that is how I have perceived most things of this nature up until this point. So I think that's also
Sorry.
Like, I just say it. Sorry, that's on me because I posted in the chat. Because all I hear is say, "Well, I have a +5 to my modifier, so that's 25." Just say you crit, bro. Just say you crit. Like,
let me have this.
you know, some people got like neurodivergences and they don't understand the between the lines. Okay, like, come on now.
Well, if y'all don't clip that anyway.
And scene. So back to this.
So I think I look for a color and a color and a voice that is similar in kind to Ostani's.
Ostani, what color is Kara's soul? If you don't mind describing.
If it's similar to Osani, if hers is iridescent, then they have a similar kind of like those duochrome kind of like colors. If it's not iridescent, it's pearlescent, some kind of like version of it.
Okay. And are there any specific notes of like flowers or sunshine, anything you want to denote as part of Kira's soul as well?
Sunlight on the ocean
Okay.
kind of vibes.
Takes you a little bit. You see with this image hundreds of thousands of souls. Some perhaps are somewhere in this chamber still clinging to life. Others are worlds away. But eventually, with your +5, you are able to get the scent of the sun on the sea and finding very familiar tones and colors to Astani. It's small. It's truthfully one of the dwindling stars in this sky that we're in right now. You could truthfully probably hold it between your thumb and your pointer finger with how small it is, which for a soul, that is exceptionally tiny. That's closer to probably what Corbin's soul is, truthfully.
Mm-hmm. When I do find it,
Mm-hmm.
as small as it is, I place this next to the spear, and specifically the part of the spear that has the bit of shift weave on it, connected to my memories and experiences with Astani.
You can feel that the soul, while it is being connected, whatever this ancient power or being has, is permitting this connection, but has no intention on letting her go.
And I think, unlike outside, there isn't a thing that I can see that has an immediate connection to. Like, there's like no blood vessels in here or anything like that. I
Not
don't
in
see
this
any of the
mental
rings
picture,
happening.
no. I mean, you still see this, instead of blood vessels, it's the connections of spirit that have merged with hers and are just draining out of her. She's basically a blood bag, but it's a spirit bag instead.
Mm-hmm.
So you're just not seeing the fleshy overtones of what is in the physical kind of space.
Mm-hmm.
But this thing has it firmly within its grip and has no intention. It's similar to how Carmen was binded within your soul.
Mm-hmm.
A powerful spell took place. And I think this is when it clicks. This is what a sister spell of what was used on Kira had initially been used on Aery.
Mm-hmm.
Since it wasn't exactly the same person, soul aspects, as well as the main goal wasn't the same, still within the same family. Except this one took. The one with Aery backfired. And instead of it backfiring on the caster, backfired on the casted.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, Deodora, you're getting all of this information as well. But
And there's a moment where the very grim possibility that although there has been I've managed to reach her successfully, I'm not going to be able to get her out of here without having to fight this impossibly powerful creature.
How'd you roll insight?
Okay. I am going to roll insight, and then I'm going to ask you a question.
I know you have a question.
Okay. Insight is a 22.
22. Based off of insight, Kara is out of immediate danger. Yes, her soul is being siphoned off. It's not being siphoned off as quickly as Ares was. This is steady and was designed for a long period of time, enjoying the thrill of it versus the acquisition. This is prey that they have caught, they know they can rely on. You also get the idea that Ares' soul was perhaps a little bit more powerful than Kara's is. For one reason or another. That's truthfully up to study and probably several points of research that you have written in your labs about how powerful and the consistency of souls between person to person. But Kara's has been whittled down, but she's not in any immediate danger. If you were to face whatever it is now, it's highly improbable and unlikely that you'll survive it.
But there might be a possibility later that we have the time
Correct.
to become powerful enough to save her.
Correct. It will take some experimentation, but you do have contacts and resources within Jorix you can definitely use.
I take this moment to ask her soul
Okay.
if there is anything she wishes to say to Astani.
Nothing. Now, whether that's because she is unable to, or she is drowning in all of the things that are bouncing in around in her head, it's hard to say. But again, it's just a blank wall.
If it's one of those, it was a typing, wait, and it's one of those things where I'm trying to, it feels like trying to put your ear close enough to someone's mouth for them to like whisper the faintest thing. If she does manage to communicate, whether with words or otherwise, a thought or a feeling of any kind, I'm going to try to channel it into this piece of the shift weave that I brought with me.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a spirit roll with that.
Okay. We're gonna do that. I am absolutely going to throw some inspiration on that because yikes.
All right, so that's a D12 that you're going to add to the roll.
Okay. You said a spirit roll?
Correct.
Okay, that is a 19.
Okay. I think you see her eyes connect with yours once again, and very weakly, you can see her kind of just mentally battling as her hand moves to where the spear point is. And you see a trickle of light as the shift weave takes whatever memory she is imbuing into that light. A spinning torrent as her eyes lock on yours, almost as if to say, get out, go, quickly. before this
And-
thing grabs you too, kind of thing. So,
And when she does put the thing in there and we kind of have that understanding, the last thing I say is, I'll let them know to come back for you.
she just slow blinks as the connection
This-
severs, I imagine.
The spear shatters into like a bunch of like triangles like glass. And so does Rory's spiritual form in this area. And back at the group,
Yep.
the white hot color that Rory has become has cooled down into its normal indigo color. A little bit dimmer.
And you see her immediately kind of like collapse forward. She's still breathing. She's not bleeding out. But the energy spent, and it's literally just her shoulders being held back. She's kind of still sitting on her knees at this point. Arms are kind of outstretched slightly, even though she's not suspended. But it's because of the blood vessels around her shoulders that elongate onto her arms. Theodora, you got all of that as well. And then Astani, you're just kind of seeing this connection slowly break.
They're scared that this is the last moment. They're like, whoa, they're like, wait. They're trying to say that, but I think
it's one of those, the look of shock of being like, wait, what's happening? Because you just ran over there. You saw Rory being a weird color, and then you saw your friend fall over. I look at Theodora kind of with that questioning, you saw that right kind of facial expression.
I think I only got like glimmers of it, right? Like I didn't really see everything.
You were
But
seeing...
I could like got sensations.
Yeah, you were seeing basically like every 10 seconds or so. It's kind of like when a lot of us who stream or otherwise or play video games, when the game buffers for a minute and all of a sudden it starts like it'll jump forward.
You start teleporting all over the screen.
Kind of that. That's what you're kind of experiencing.
That's just my brain, bro.
Mood, same.
I would like to do an insight check or something on like the jolt that Astani and Theodora felt.
Sure.
Just to get an idea of like what you know?
Sure.
Just what? Okay, didn't roll great, but we ball.
But we move.
Insight gonna be, I have good insight. So 18?
18. So you're inciting yourself of what that jolt is?
I just went like, I guess I just went like, because every time the little pouch was touched or like interacted with, there was like a jolt through me, and not that I know this, but through Astani. So I just trying to figure out like what that could be.
Do a shift
Like-
check instead.
Okay, is it gonna be worse? If I'm using the same roll, then it's only a 15.
Okay. You're kind of collecting your thoughts from what you have seen from this connection. You're taking stock. And the shift weave summons a memory, several, of when the bone forest, which is still active in this time, pulsating, shot what looked like splinters.
Hmm.
Those splinters
Okay.
are still within your body and are corresponding with the blood vessels of whatever this thing is.
We have a problem. We need
Yeah,
to get those
you.
bone shards out of us right now. Otherwise, we are also connected to this thing.
And Theodora and Astani, you've been groggy because of exhaustion, 10 hit points. But both of you feel a slight shift. It's slight. It's like moving the cursor on a compass. Just your mood feels off. a little bit. Theodore, you actually...
Feels like how I felt in the mountains.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
We need to get these out of us right now.
Oh. How do you do that?
I take maybe 3 spirit points, make a scalpel with it.
Might need tweezers.
Plus, don't forget your unique ability as well for using Blackstone. He does have spirit mending.
That is true. But I don't know if I could use that to remove things.
No, but you can essentially cauterize the wound that is currently open in both Theodora and Astani's souls. Once the shards have been removed.
I will keep that in mind. So, looking at this, I look at this scalpel for a bit.
We need forceps and tweezers.
Basically,
I will say this
if
is...
it's embedded.
Yeah.
If it's embedded, I don't know if the tweezers are going to work. So I'm going to use this to cut this out, and then I'm going to use apparently a subroutine here. Never mind that. Basically, Blackstone has some kind of inbuilt way to fix this.
I will say this too. I'm not going to make you roll for this, but Rory / Blackstone, you would know, probably not a great idea to remove this within the vicinity of what has infected essentially 2 of your party members.
Yeah.
I think
go
what I'm
out
going
to the hallway.
What I'll do here is I break out the scalpel, and I think a scalpel is best to remove this, and I'm like, kind of like looking to the left and to the right in the room, looking down at Kara. The thing you may be connected to is a powerful creature that likes to hoard things.
Yes.
This is a powerful creature that likes to hoard things. I don't know if trying to work on this in this room is a good idea.
Yeah. Well, let's get what we need to get out of here and then leave. Just
Astani,
straight
I
up
may
go
have
to the
some
body.
things to talk to you. Astani, we may have some things that we need to talk about later.
Mm-hmm. They're just still thinking of Kara, and they nod just very quickly, but their eyes are...
I put a hand on their shoulder. They're okay for now.
We'll keep an eye on her. You hear from the up top in the rafters of this room where Darcy and Osiris are still.
Thankfully, in this situation, we have some time. I don't know how much time, but you'll have the time to go and rescue her from the prison that she's in. But the state of her spirit is that of the last leaf on a large oak. And this, pointing at the blood vessels and the bones in the room, is connected to a rather large creature who is very determined to keep her that way.
Their faces of just the idea, a theory that kind of widens your brain a bit to what is possible. They nod and just, this is... And wow. All right. Then we should.
There will be time to consider it later, but for now, you need to understand this. Become powerful and save your friend.
Mm-hmm. I can do that much. I can be that much, at least. Yeah.
Rory gives you like a very gentle shoulder pat before also joining Theodora for looking in things on the bodies. I'm specifically, if Starcrest's body is anywhere,
Yeah,
that's the first one I'm going
Oh,
for.
that's the body that I was going
Yeah.
to. I'm not going to for any of the like these poor like victims' bodies. 'cause
There's none
no.
left, really. Most of
Oh,
them
yeah,
fell
also
in the
that too.
abyss. So
First things first, just get this out of the fucking way now, because we know there's blood magic and bullshit happening. I'm gonna chop his hands off, like I always say I'm gonna do. Okay, it's happening.
Yeah,
I just do it. I take that tongue out too.
Okay.
Just go just bloop. Okay, and now I feel it's safe to search the body.
Sure. And you do find him. Truthfully, the only reasons that Kara was spared was because of the bubble. Otherwise, she would have dropped into darkness,
Yeah.
the oblivion below. Starcrest landed on a bone branch, probably about 15 to 20 feet down. Sleazy, do you have freaking Dora?
Listen. We are being practical. This person is a magic user. We know that there's people puppeting dead bodies. No hands, no tongue.
Listen,
You don't get
it's
spells to
that
come
same
back,
shit you would do
okay?
in a horror movie. You're trying to be, explicit.
I'm shooting
making
the zombie in the
sure-
brain. I'm
Yup.
shooting the zombie in the head.
You're
Okay,
making sure
kill
Michael
shot.
Myers' head is off of his body.
Yes, I'm
Mhm,
putting him in the
mhm.
wood chipper, bitch. Let's
Yes,
go.
all of that.
Okay?
Exactly.
We're metagaming, but it's funny.
While Starcrest's soul has been siphoned off, the body is still there. And still slowly detransforming from the grotesque kind of creature that he became.
Mm-hmm.
You easily chop off his hands,
Mhm.
cut off his tongue, his head goes bye-bye into the wherever you decide to put it.
Mhm. I tie it to my belt. Just kidding. I'm joking. I'm not. We're
as
not
a,
doing that.
As
We're not
a
doing
warning to all spellcasters not to fuck with
Yeah,
you.
yeah. Like, take the hands too.
Sure.
Okay. I'm about to
Um,
be. I'm about to be the Hindu goddess Kali.
No, like the way that Theodora is about to take those hands and throw them into a bubble and be like, you see what's in this bubble right here? This is why
Mhm.
we don't do this.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you search his body, and you find on there a cloak of displacement.
Ooh, yep, snatched.
Yep, and that was
Snatch
gonna be grabbed.
Mm-hmm.
No gold, interestingly enough.
That's fine.
Um,
We're not really a gold-focused party.
no.
Anyway.
You do find there what looks to be a map, similar to the one that you and Tyneal have discussed at length. Looks like he was amongst the party searching for the Shiftweave tribe
Mhm.
within the aspects of Jorix. Has no
Mhm.
idea where they are currently.
Okay.
And that's really it. He doesn't really have much else on him. Minus, you would know this, Rory / Blackstone. He has the crest of Pointstaff's order. Not the Orenthal, but the college that Pointstaff is at.
Mhm.
That I take.
And that would be it.
This Victor Frankenstein motherfucker didn't even graduate university, did he? Did he? Yeah, I knew. I could tell because it's always that motherfucker who thinks he knows something. Don't even.
He took
you didn't even go to
Pointstaff's
class,
old
bitch.
dis-
It's called Dr. Frankenstein. Too,
Yeah,
so-
he took his old position, but Pointstaff moved
Not
on.
a doctor. Not a
Not a
doctor.
doctor. Yeah.
Yep.
Just Victor.
Just Victor.
And truly wasn't even studying medicine. He was studying alchemy.
Mm-hmm,
So what the fuck? Anyway, don't get me. Let me get off my soapbox. I could go on for like an hour. Anyway.
But yes, that is all you find on his person.
Okay.
You do also see, just through searching around, a very similar looking, what looks like almost like a mark, similar to what Aerie has, but also Greenwich. Seems like almost like
I
a
don't remember.
curse mark, almost.
Yeah. Okay. So
That seems to have been like the source of this transformative.
Yeah, but it seems like
Power.
he maybe voluntarily took it instead
Yeah,
of,
versus it being forced.
upon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he's a piece of shit. I drop kick his head.
But yes, you are able to find all of that. But yeah, he doesn't really have much on his persons otherwise.
Okay.
Apologies. There is one more thing. There is a
Mhm.
key in his pocket
Yoink.
as well. Mhm.
Yoink.
And Rory, you would know that may still have apartments somewhere in the city.
Does he have any identification on him or anything like that?
No, you
I
kind
mean-
of grabbed it with the point of the order that Poindstaff was part of, but that's about it.
I mean, we can take his head.
I already have a bag. It has space for the things I need to hold. I don't need another empty thing.
True. Very fair.
True. Yeah.
Well, I think I'll make sure I'll have like Rory look over the cloak just to see what
Actually,
it is.
his body may be useful for exactly one thing.
Hmm.
But out of respect for you, I won't need his hands back.
Okay.
I pull out another cube wherever his body is.
Yeah.
And put that body in a bubble.
Yep.
Mm.
Um,
I'll take his feet off first. Hold on. Just in case. Just in case. Just in case.
Just in case.
Sure.
so I then kind of out loud to the room at large. Someone should make sure that this body finds its way to whoever the appropriate authorities here would be, as I imagine that someone will need an accounting for this, and having his body present will be useful to them. These aren't the only people who have been victims of his, and at some point that means somebody should find him. And if they decide to incinerate him after that, that's quite honestly none of my business.
Nor mine.
Oh, one other thing. Apparently this is. If it had worked, this would be the state that Ivory would be in, you know?
Hmm.
I suppose if we don't have anything else to collect here, we have some bone weaver thread to go and get.
As long as we don't have to. Maybe we can negotiate with the bone weaver.
I would say on a basic history check, you know that they're not very hostile. They're pretty
Okay.
passive.
Okay.
I think.
I see
as
you're not
long as-
using this web, ma'am. I'm gonna take this one over here.
I suppose as long as we don't agitate it, it should be fine. I don't
Mhm.
even think we necessarily even need a particularly fresh web or anything either. So,
Okay. Then let's maybe grab as much as we can. So we have some to spare.
you are very correct about that. I imagine that we'll need to use this several times.
I took this cloak off of him. Do you think, is it good?
Let me have a look at it. And I pull out a piece of chalk and draw like a little circle on the floor.
I mean, besides
It's a-
that, it's, nasty.
it's-
I'll wash it.
It's math equations, of course.
It's just
and I
it's
use
scribbles.
It's just like what you see is a whole bunch of scribbles, and then the scribbles glow faintly while I just process. It's the identify spell as a ritual.
It's a cloak of displacement. There's nothing else that is been magically done to it.
Oh, okay. I did it. Like, I know that
You're
you
good.
said that's what it was, but I haven't touched it.
Because
So
I'm so used to you casting Identify. That's why I was like, like,
like,
right now. So I was like,
I did not pick up on that.
no, you're so good. It's a cloak of
It was
displacement.
oh, this is very useful, actually.
Hmm.
Right. So, as long as you're able to move this thing. Well, here, let me show you, if you don't mind. I put the cloak on, and what you see is Rory standing in 3 different places in the room at the same time.
Oh, what the fuck? Seems very useful.
And I remove it, and I just return to my original spot, like the one of me in the original spot.
Mm-hmm.
It creates multiple copies of, well, it creates an illusion that makes it look like there are more of you than there are. And that will usually make it very exceptionally difficult for people to hit you in combat.
Okay. I don't put it on, I just tuck it away.
Sure.
Because, well, one, it's nasty, so it needs to be washed, because I'm not going to have his stink. That's his stink nastiness on me. Like Theodora is okay with being filthy, but she's not trying to be nasty. You know,
she has standards for sure. Okay, you have that.
Gotta get the Axe body spray off of it.
There's being a little bit dirty, and then there's just being straight up gross, and this is definitely on that latter category.
There's being like, haven't washed your ass in 3 days, nasty, and that's what he was. So
for sure. Okay, cloak has been gathered. You have the assurance that Darcy and Osiris are keeping watch over Kara.